Why Canada's population just shrank, what it means for housing, jobs, and immigration. Canada's population just fell. And for the first time in years. That's right. In the latest quarterly update, Canada's population actually decreased instead of growing. But why? And what does it mean for you? From immigration to rent prices, jobs, and the economy. Let's break it down. Statistics Canada says the population dropped by about 0.2% in the third quarter of 2025, around 76,000 fewer people than 3 months before. That's the first quarterly decline outside of COVID-era border closures. CIC News. Why is this happening? So what caused this? The short answer: fewer non-permanent residents, especially international students and temporary workers. Non-permanent residents fell from 3.2 mets to 2.85 mets. That's about 6.8% of the population, down from 7.3%. These declines aren't random. They come after the Canadian government drastically reduced the number of study permits and temporary work visas issued this year. New totals for students and workers arriving in Canada dropped sharply, meaning fewer people coming in on short-term visas. And here's a big policy goal. The government plans to cut temporary residents, like students and workers, to 5% of the population by the end of 2027. That's a major shift from recent years. 1. Housing and rent. A slower population, especially fewer newcomers competing for rentals, could ease housing demand. Rents might cool if there are fewer people chasing apartments. 2. Jobs and economy. Economists warn this could slow economic growth. Canada has relied on immigration to add workers and consumers. Without it, growth could lag. 3. Universities and students. Schools that depend on international students, who often pay higher tuition, could feel the squeeze if study permits continue to drop. What's still growing? Important note: permanent immigration hasn't collapsed. Canada still welcomes a large number of permanent residents, and these arrivals continue to offset some of the decline from temporary residents. So overall growth isn't negative year over year, it's just much slower than in recent years. Just a few years ago, Canada was posting record population increases, with hundreds of thousands added each quarter. Now, that dynamic has flipped, and it's fueling a national debate about immigration policy, housing, jobs, and the future of Canada's workforce. So what do you think this population shift means for Canada? Good news for renters? Bad news for growth? Or something else entirely? Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more deep dives into economics, immigration, and policy on QuantumNNestMedia. See you next time.